And now, weighing in out of the blue corner, Josh the Punk Thompson. 100%. And on the other mic, he weighs in from the red corner, Big John McCarthy.
Well, go ahead. They're talking about Josh the Punk Thompson on that right there.
Josh the Pog Thompson.
No, Pog. Come on, baby. That is the Weighing In podcast, and we are here coming to you a little bit late, but there's reasons behind it. And we want to talk about the UFC that just occurred with Ketlen Vieira and Holly Holm, and there's a whole lot more. There was Eagle FC out there. There was ONE FC and some great grappling matches. There was even some exhibition boxing going on. We're going to talk about all of it. My man, how you doing? I know you had a rough weekend here.
Yeah, a lot of emotions going on, man. I'm closing my gym down and making a move over to a bigger, brand new facility. But there's a lot of memories in a small box gym. So, I think for me, it was like a lot of the younger kids basically saying like, hey, this is where I started and I'm going to miss this spot. And it was a little rough. Parents, being very positive, talking about how much of an impact you have. Like, that's the thing. You and I were talking a little bit. You don't realize the kind of effect you have on other people when you own gyms, mainly in all positive ways. But it's, until they bring it back, like you just like, whatever. It's like, this is what I do. This is what now the reality hit me and I'm like, damn, this is my gym was my almost like my first baby. It was like, I loved everything about it. I grew it and made it even bigger, took over 2 spots. Like, dude, I grew it to the point where, successful. And then now too, with the COVID kind of disappearing a little bit, all the old members now are talking about, they're all been coming back and slowly trickling back in. And this party that I had to close the gym, they're like, oh, we're ready to come back. And I'm like, yes, that ain't going to happen. So, but I mean, like I said, we're moving on to bigger and better locations, making some adjustments, and that'll happen in the next couple of weeks. So all the members will go there, and it's worked out perfectly. There's a lot of emotions though.
It's tough. No matter what, you start a business, and a gym is a business, and it's not an easy business. The best part of owning the gym is you'll have this and you try to make it look as good as possible because that's what gets people inside. And then you do all these things and they think, everyone looks and goes, oh, you're rich. And you're going, no, this is costing me money. It's not making me any money. I'm putting money into it every month to keep the doors open right now because in the beginning, that's the way it is. And you hope to get enough members to where all of a sudden you don't have to put any money into it. It's just breaking even and you're so happy. And it's like, but everyone looks at it and they think, oh, you're making a lot of money. And you're not. Gym business is not something that small gyms make a lot of money. They just don't. It's just not what it is. But you do it for other reasons and what you're talking about, especially the kids. That's the reasons, man, because you get more out of it by watching them grow, watching them become confident, watching them understand that they can do things to protect themselves at times, or they can do things to win competitions. And as they get older and grow and you watch them develop into high school and then into college, you go, man, that kid started off at 7 years old at my place and look at him now. And it makes you feel good.
It's crazy. Some of the kids I have now, they're like they're in college at Chapman, University, or they're like, they're off at other schools, and you're just thinking to yourself, like Pepperdine, at Chapman, at like USC. Like, I was just like, these kids, they were with me when they were 10. Here we are 9 years later, they're in college. I'm like, shit.
You're old.
Freak, man, I'm old. But it's great, though, because then, all their brothers and sisters still train at the gym, or, or the parents are still here at the gym. So, there's a lot of emotions in terms of, like I said, I didn't think it was going to affect me. But then as they started saying goodbye and talking about memories, I'm like, jeez, man.
Yeah.
It got me a little bit.
It's rough.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm such a pussy. Oh, man. I started almost whining. I started whining through text to you and Dave. Dave was like, oh, my God, shut up.
That's Dave letting his sensitive side go.
Yeah.
I don't have a sense of
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into some of the stuff that, is people punching other people in the face, which is the important part of life right now.
Yeah.
Let's get into the UFC first. We had a main event with Holly Holm against Ketlen Vieira. What did you think of the fight? All right, it is hard times out there. We've got all kinds of things going crazy. Gas prices are crazy. Food is going nuts. And one of the things that is hard to buy is quality meat for your family. Butcher Box is the answer. I am telling you right now, that is the greatest system for you to get quality beef, chicken, and wild fish. It is awesome. I love when that box comes to my door and I can take and put all of that into my freezer or just right away open it up and start cooking. Butcher Box is the best. Butcher Box sources all of their meat from their partners with the highest standards of quality. No more searching that grocery store for the nasty stuff that's out there. This is 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chickens, and wild-caught seafood. This is the best thing that you can do for your family. It's healthy. It's quality. We are true believers in Butcher Box. They source all of their meat out from only people that do the right things with the animals. You need to get to Butcher Box. Josh is going to tell you exactly why.
Well, for me, it's the hand delivery. Basically, it comes already frozen, stuck right on my doorstep. I don't have to go to the grocery store. The price right now of ribeyes, chicken, all of those things, even at Costco where you buy everything in bulk, is really expensive. So this right here with Butcher Box, with our promo code, okay, they give you a little bit of a discount, but on top of it, they give you some free food. We offer different deals, John, and that's the biggest thing. Our first set of deals that we had with them was 2 pounds of ground beef for the life of your membership, for the life of what you sign up. That one there. Now, John's going to spit you off another deal that Butcher Box is offering if you guys use our promo code weighing in. This is awesome because I love the fact that it comes to the house, I throw it in the freezer, it's still top level grade A beef, and on top of it's all, like you said, grass-fed, free range. It's perfect for what you want to put. You want to put it into your family's body to make sure that we try to live a healthy lifestyle, John and I, because John looks 80, I look 22. We try to make sure that we continue to look this good at our old age. No better way than put good food in your system. So this is the best way to do it. With Butcher Box, it comes delivered. You don't have to worry about it. It comes frozen, ice packs in it. You can take it right from there to the freezer. It makes it easy for serving when it comes up to your family and preparing for dinner that night. That's what's the most experience for me.
Free shipping in the continental U.S., so you don't even have to worry about that. Butcher Box right now is offering new members a free grilling bundle, and that bundle is awesome. With your first order, this is something you don't want to miss out on. So sign up at butcherbox.com/weighing in, and you're going to get 2 10-ounce ribeyes, 5 pounds of chicken drumsticks, and a pack of burgers for free. You can't ask for anything more. That's butcherbox.com/weighing in to claim this deal. Do it, and do it now. Uh-oh.
Well, look, I didn't get to watch it live. I had to watch it yesterday, and everyone kept texting me, "Oh, Holly got robbed. She got robbed." And I'm like, I went back and watched the fight. I actually had Holly losing.
Well,
I know you said you had Holly winning.
I did. I had her winning. I had her winning 3-2.
Yeah, see, I had her losing 3-2. Okay. I had her winning the first and the fifth, and I had her losing 2, 3, and 4.
Well, you need to talk. You need to talk to your boy DC, because one of you is wrong, because DC is saying that she got robbed.
No,
right?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I got a lot of love for DC, brother. But here's the other thing too: is when you were there in person, seeing the side kicks. She dropped with a side kick, but it was just a push, basically a pushover. She stepped in the same time she threw the side kick and caught her off balance and sat it to her butt, but didn't knock the wind out of her, didn't hurt her. So the other thing is that I've noticed is Dean Thomas hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
She has slowed down.
She has.
And there's nothing you can. They were talking about it, consistently talking about it. She's pushing her punches. She's laboring to get them out. She was the slower fighter, and I don't know if I've ever seen her be the slower fighter. She was slow, and it's just like everything was forced. It was like you could tell there was a lot of effort, to throw every shot, the side kicks, the oblique kicks, all of those things. It was like pushing and laboring to get them out there. The other thing, she was just walking down the strikes. She would throw her 1, 2, 3, like her straight 1, 2, 3, but it was taking forever to get there. And look, she is a fantastic fighter. She always has been, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, MMA, she is a fantastic fighter.
Yeah.
but it always comes a time where you can tell she doesn't take damage like she used to.
Hard
Taking a
to.
shot, she got hit a couple times, and Vieira is slow. She's not a fast fighter. You watch her and Misha. Misha looked fast compared to her. Misha's not a fast fighter.
Boy, you're just
She's not
saying
fast.
everybody's slow.
Yeah, I mean, they all run faster than 8 minute miles. So it's all that matters. It just Dean said it. DC was talking about it. Felder was talking about it, and that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, wow, she doesn't look fast, but
she still has the same output as far as all that movement, and she moves a lot, and she's got a lot of lateral movement. She comes in. The one thing I saw that is a difference that I think you're talking about is when she came in with her rushes, and there was no snap on her shots. It was more of the push, and then her head was still center line, and that's why Ketlen was able to counter her the way she did, and hit her with those right hands that she kept getting blasted by. Is her head was right on the center line. She never changed it, and it's a difference in her fighting style. Now, I think she's improved in a lot of areas, though. Her grappling has gotten so much better. Like if you were going to beat Holly before, it was take her off her feet, or put her against a cage and beat her up that way. And you saw Chris Cyborg kind of did that when they fought. Holly has improved so much that she's the one dominating the clinch area, and you got to give her credit for all that time. This is where people make mistakes, is they're not giving her credit for grappling in the stand-up position. There is grappling in the stand-up. All of that clinch work, yes, they're not on the ground, but it's grappling. And you've got to give her credit for some of that, because she is dominating as far as the position and where the fight's taking place, and stopping Ketlen Vieira from being able to be effective by all of that clinch work up against the cage.
I can see what you're saying. Okay, but there just wasn't enough output. It was the two of them just against the fence. One had an overhook, one had an underhook. Head pressure was good, but pressing someone to the fence with not a lot of output, I'm not giving you the round for that. The other thing, too, is Vieira was landing the harder, cleaner shots.
No doubt.
Even though there was only 3 or 4. And if you watch carefully, Holly got stunned several times. Like, basically just stoned. She got stoned right there. I was looking for the word. She got stoned.
Frozen.
She got hit, and it froze her right there in that spot for a split second. And you can tell she can't take a shot like she used to. She is slowing down. I hate to see her go out like just knockout after knockout, but she loves it. Here's the thing. When you talk to Arlene Blanco, she goes, Holly Holm is in the gym all the damn time. She never leaves. She's like, she's a fucking workout freak.
Yeah, it's a gym rat.
She's like, she still outworks everyone. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I understand all that. But when you're going against other people that are in their prime or coming up, or they're trying to notch you, I don't know. John, the reason why I left the sport is because I could tell, in training, I can't take the shots I used to be able to take. Okay, you know that you're slowing down. You know you're getting hit. Like I said this about Frankie Edgar too, and Frankie's my boy, man. I got a lot of love for him, but he's doing what I was doing. Is you throw and then you bite down a little bit because you think you're going to get hit because you know your punches are slower. And when you're waiting for the reaction, when you're waiting to get hit, that's not a good thing. You're not just throwing your combinations anymore. You're waiting. You throw and you leave it out there to see if you're going to hit. Oh, you didn't get hit, and then you throw, and then that puts you a second or two off timing.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's all it takes for you
slow.
to get knocked out. Makes you even worse.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I was seeing from her. She was blitzing the 1, 2, 3 straights. But then she kind of grunted down and then didn't know what to do when she got there. She's like, oh shit, I didn't get hit. Then what did I do? She's like, okay, I tried to grab you. It's not, she's coming to the end. And, and for someone who's just nonstop work, it's going to be a hard pill for, I think, her to swallow, to walk away and be like, okay, how do I fill my void?
Yeah.
A lot of these fighters have that problem, but she seems like someone who is, the way the way she looks at 40-something years old, 40, 41 years old.
She's in incredible shape.
She's incredible shape. She's such a sweet person too. Yeah. So nice.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever met someone that's like that nice. She's so nice. So I don't know. I know she's probably got a lot of other things that she can do. I know that. She seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders. She'll make way, but it's just one of those things. Like, it comes Father Time.
It's, you look and you go, it's sad to see people that you really enjoyed and you watched become the best, and you enjoyed watching their style and everything. It's hard to see them as they tend to just all of a sudden take those small incremental movements downward, and you're not getting the same person. You see things that they're trying to do different to adjust to it because they realize it. And look, I love Holly Holm. I think she's a fantastic fighter. I think she's been an incredible representative of the sport. People don't remember when she came in and all this, the talk, because Holly was a boxing champion before, and everyone was talking about, oh, you know what, she's gonna get crushed when this, and I can tell you now, and I remember it well. I wasn't at the Ronda Rousey.
In L.A.
Which one?
No, her fight in L.A. against her first fight was Raquel Pennington in L.A.
That's right,
Staples Center, right?
Yeah, but when she won that, and she won it, but she it wasn't like people were saying, oh, she got Raquel got robbed. No, Holly won that. But then when she was going to fight Ronda, and people were going, she's going to get fucking killed. I go, no, she's not. I go, this is the perfect style matchup for Holly, because Ronda now thinks she's a boxer. I go, this is not going to be what people think. I said, and Ronda, if Ronda doesn't go out there looking to clinch and take her down, she's going to be in for a world. And I was called a UFC shill. I love it. I'm called a Bellator shill. I'm called a UFC shill. But it was like,
changes.
I said, man, I'm telling you right now, Holly Holm has a good chance of winning this fight. And you're crazy. And then she wins it, and she's been phenomenal. But the one thing is, like you're saying, you can see that she is slowing down in little bits, and those little bits make big differences, because it's the same as when we're talking, you got that center line. You're used to, there's little movements left and right that allow something to glance and slide by. Mm-hmm. And you'll see it, and you'll do that movement, and that movement is just a fraction of a second slower than it was before. And instead of it glancing and sliding by, it's popping you. And that's what's happening now. And so, I don't know what she's going to do. I know she's very upset. She believes she won that fight. And I can understand why she believes she won the fight, but I don't think it was a robbery. I don't think it was the greatest performance by Ketlen Vieira either, but it's a matter of, you got to look at all these elements and figure out where you're at. And both have things that, they're going to have to, figure out. I've got to stop this from happening. And if I don't, it's not going to be good in my next matchup.
Those fights, I wish that you would have told me that you thought Ronda was going to lose, because I would have made a ton of money.
It was
I remember she was like a 4 or 5 to 1 underdog or something like that.
Oh my God, it was huge. You remember?
Ridiculous.
Eric the trainer, right? Who works everyone out. He was with me, and we were in San Diego, and I said, I'm telling you, man. And he's going, oh no, come on, you're crazy now. And all of a sudden, Holly knocks her out. And he goes, oh my God, I should have bet. It's like, man,
just nuts, man. Just nuts. I mean, those are the long shots you've got to take sometimes.
Yeah, well,
especially when they have those two fighters, that they're both top level competitors.
Both have their ways of winning.
They both have their ways of winning. It's whoever could have implemented their game plan the best. And Holly did that night. She executed it perfectly.
Oh yeah.
So, other than that, no, I thought Holly lost 3-2, but I could see it going the other way as well. Not a big deal. Like I said, but no means was it a robbery. So my phone was blown up. Oh, she got robbed. She got this. I'm like, I watched it. I was like, what? I was waiting for something.
No, I thought she won. I gave it to her 3-2. I think I had it. She won the first round. She lost the second and third, I believe. I think I gave her the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah.
So
I didn't give her the fourth.
Yeah, so you're wrong.
I gave her first and
but
fifth.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that you're wrong.
Pereira versus Ponzinibbio.
Now I want to talk about one of our favorite products that are out there. Our sponsor, Fume. This is the thing that will get you off of the nasty habit of smoking and vaping. If you are a person that right now is a smoker or a vapor, you got to know that what you're doing to yourself is killing you. You've got to stop. And if you have that hand-to-mouth habit, Fume is the product that will help you continue with that hand-to-mouth habit, but do it in a healthy way. This little prominent, this wood, beautifully sculpted structure right here is the tool that will help you in getting healthy. You take a core of essential oils that they will give you. You're going to break it up a little bit, put it inside of this element, and you can use this anywhere at any time. It will not affect anybody else. You can use it while you're on a plane. You can use it on a train. Josh and I were on a train recently, 150 miles an hour, and we were able to use the Fume on that train. You can do it with your kids around. None of it is going to affect anyone else, and it is a healthy supplement to what you're doing now. This essential oil core, there's all kinds of flavors. There's bubbly lime, there's peppermint, there's black pepper, there's conquer, there's invigorate, there's all kinds of different flavors, and one of them is going to be the one that you fall in love with when you try it. Fume is the product that you need to get yourself healthy right now. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be around. So we want you to go to Breathe Fume right now. That is Breathe Fume. Take the E off of the end of that. FUM is all you want to put. /weighing in. Go to that. Use the promo code weighing in, and you will get 10% off of everything that you buy. You'll get this prominent. You'll get those essential oil cores that you will put in here, and you will start today in becoming a healthier person. Make Breathe Fume part of what you do to make yourself a better person from this point forward. Man, that was a good fight. Those guys went after it. No, come on.
No. I'm not saying that. No, okay. I thought Ponzinibbio won.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was close. I thought it was close. I thought he won.
It was
though.
Close. And he was coming on. But
and this wasn't a robbery either, by the way.
Michel Pereira is freaking huge.
Yeah, that's the other thing I noticed.
I don't know how that dude makes weight. They've got to put helium in his ass. Okay? I don't. Come on. How? That dude. Josh, I swear to you, I would bet he's 205 pounds the night of the fight.
Oh, no doubt, probably.
But
he starts slowing down. He was slowing down a little bit that night.
Yeah, well, but if there's one thing that you got to look and this is when Michel came in, everyone was all excited about all the craziness that he would do and all he would do the backflips and he would do the jumping off of the cage like Pettis and all the good things like that meant nothing in the fight. And you watched him, and his progression is as his opponents are getting better, all that bullshit's going to the side, and that's smart. That's a good thing. And I think part of it is, coaching is telling him, hey man, we can't burn energy and waste it in this fashion. We've got to be, effective and efficient. And if you're not being efficient in the cage, you're going to be in that position where you do get tired. And even with, like you're saying, Ponzinibbio was coming on in that third round because he was getting a little bit tired. It wasn't as tired. I think the big thing is you want to try to push him. The real question is when Pereira, I say Pereira, I guess it's Pereira. When Michel gets to that 5-round fight, how's it going to look? If someone can get him into those 4th and 5th rounds, how's his conditioning going to hold up? Because you do see him start to tail off. He's getting tired. I don't blame him. He's got a lot of output, but Ponzinibbio was coming on in this one, so I understand why you thought Ponzinibbio won because he looked better at the end. But I thought that the heavier shots overall were done by Michel.
But when you're that size, John, like everything
they should be heavier.
Seems like like they should be heavier. But it also is pushing Ponzinibbio around because he's way smaller.
Oh yeah.
The other thing too, I think a fight like this, it felt like it lost its luster because it should have been in front of fans. This was a good fight.
Great fight.
But I lost. Like I was like, all right, this is a really good fight, but there's no noise.
Yeah.
There's no. You know what I mean? Like that's a fight. I feel like did you miss the? Did you rob these two guys of like their glory by not putting this fight like in an actual arena with fans? Because it was good. I mean, like it was back and forth, push you around, and just standing and trading for moments on end. It was pretty awesome. It was a good fight. I felt like the energy in the arena wasn't there for that fight, and I was kind of like, all right, it's kind of an okay fight now, but it wasn't. It was a great fight. So I don't know. I think the UFC did an injustice to them by not putting them like on a card that had fans in an arena. But guess who came back? Huh? Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Bang Bang. He's on
This
a
guy's got-
roll, and I'm loving it.
He's awesome, man. I love it. I love
Yep.
it. I think, look, the way to beat him is no different than how people beat Paul Daly. No different than how they've been lining up to beat him the same way they beat all the other great kickboxers.
Absolutely.
Take down, just grind and grind and grind.
And Dushko had that game plan. That's what he was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He was stronger than I thought. He was stronger than I thought. The way he was able to just.
When Chidi went and all of a sudden, he stuffs the takedown, then he goes for what did he go for, a Darce or an Anaconda? I can't remember which one it was. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop that. Stop it. Now, I know Chidi's really worked on his ground game, and he's become a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he believes in himself. Dude, Chidi, listen to me. Dude, your striking is fucking second to none. Fucking go away from the submissions. Get up and use the strikes. I love the fact that he's going for it, but then he's in that position where he's on the ground, and then all of a sudden things start to change, and it becomes difficult for him.
I've been teaching that roll through for the longest time, where you just tuck the head, roll it through. You have to hit your Olympic roll, come back with the leg over the back of the elbow.
Yep.
I learned that little technique from Rafa Mendez back in like 2008, 2009, something like that. I think it was. Yeah, it's just next level, man. Like that was good. I like that effort. Those are things like when you watch Pico and his progressions.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Pico, just was a boxer / wrestler. Now he's got good ground and pound. Now he's working on his submissions, attacking ankle locks, attacking darces, anacondas, all of these things. You're like, wow, all right, this is the kid that we wanted to see. And now with Chitty too, I know he's like, this is, and when his body style, he's long legs, long arms. I mean, hit those, low risk, high reward type submissions.
Yep.
So good work on him, man. Good work. I like the effort though.
Hold on. This is the part that I love about the whole thing, because he got a bonus on that fight, which he should have. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But now it's
Great
all of a sudden, Chidi Njokuani is now a good fighter, because now he's doing it. It's like you look and you go, oh, he's only good now because of where he's doing it at. And I love it. It's like, Chidi's been a good fighter for a long time. He's just, he's had a different road to get to where he's at, but it's great to see him doing well.
He's good.
Oh yeah.
He's good. His body style, his speed, he's got power. I mean, like, what's it called? He knocked out Andre Fiallo.
Yeah.
In Bellator.
Oh yeah.
So the two of them fought. Yeah, fast. I want to say it was like 19, 20 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Hit him with a jab, knocked him out. And Andre is a great kid, but look, he's getting a lot of love right now too, because
he's looking good.
A late bloomer. Yeah. He's looking good. Big time finishes, big time fights. He's out there scrapping it up. So, he's fighting again here soon.
Yeah.
He just fought.
He just fought again. That's right.
Yeah.
And
he's like, yo, pay me.
And hold on. You got to look and say, way to go, Andre. You're being smart.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Get right back in there. If you're not injured in any way, stay with it. Be impressive. He's doing great.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, both those guys have been good for the longest time. Just never got the love that they deserved. But then now they're both over there. So we'll see what happens.
It's awesome.
We'll see. Both fun. I'd like to see that rematch. I'd like to see that.
That would be a good one.
A little bit something there to talk about.
Yeah.
Both making a rise. All right, next. Tabitha Ricci versus Polyana Viana. You cannot win fights just laying on your back.
Oh, thank you. Look, as simple as it gets, every fighter out there, if you are on your back and you figure 4 triangle your opponent's body, consider yourself losing that round.
Yeah.
You cannot do those things and think that you're going to win the fight. Now, if you have an active guard, great. You can be on your back and try to win the round. Yes, you can. But you're not going to do it by triangling the body. You do that, just know I'm losing. It's crazy.
What I don't like, John, was this. She's on her back with her hands behind her head, like the old jiu-jitsu players would do, right? Like, oh, you can't pass my guard. You cannot pass my guada.
I
You cannot
know.
pass my guada. My guada. You cannot pass.
But I'm so relaxed right now. I put my hands back here. I am so relaxed. Go ahead. This does not bother me. It bothers you.
Can't
Trust
win.
me.
And I think that she was the better fighter. I think she had more tools of
I think
winning. She just didn't.
I agree. But if you don't fight smart, this is what happens.
Yeah.
You could be the better athlete. You could be the actually better trained fighter. You could be the person with more tools in the toolbox. But if you don't fight smart, none of it matters.
Yeah. A little bit of a letdown there, though. John Young Park versus Eric Anders.
The Iron Turtle. I love that. I love that name. Hey, this is
I thought Anders won.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But
I thought he won.
But I look and I go, when you're that tired at the end of that fight, and this guy is coming forward and putting it on you now at this point, this is where it's tough, because people are going to look and say, oh, I think Park won because of the way he's coming out. He took some big shots. Anders landed a left hand multiple times in that was beautifully done, but never hurt Park, man, as far as I was like, damn, he's got an iron chin for an iron turtle. Because, man, he is taking some shots, and they're not affecting him at all.
Yeah.
And I think in some way with Anders, I think it kind of got to him where it's got to be, Eric, just keep going back to the well. Just keep doing the same thing. And you might not put him out with it, but keep going back to the well because it's working and it's touching him, and that's going to win you the fight. And eventually, it's slowed down. And that was the difference, I think, in the way the judges looked at it. But it was a good fight. It was a close fight.
I'm going to go back to an old fight with a friend of mine with Trevor Prengley and Jeremy Horn. It had a little bit of that feel to it. Where, what I'm saying
one?
is,
hold on, which one? Which one?
They only fought once.
No, I thought they fought twice.
No, just one time in the UFC.
So then it was just Chael that fought
No,
him 3
he
times.
fought Chael 3 times.
Yeah.
And then he fought Andrei Semenov. He fought him 3 times.
That's dude. Go back and fight Andrei Semenov again. At one time, Andrei Semenov was a beast.
If you watch those fights, I'm like, Trevor took years off of his life from both those fights. Yeah.
I believe that.
But I said, what it was, for me, I felt like Trevor could have won that fight against Jeremy Horn had he just not looked so tired. He looked like fucking, he was miserable.
But Trevor always looked tired.
He did. That's the problem, though, man. I'm like, dude, you could have won that. You could have won that fight had you not looked so tired. I mean, that's all they were looking for. They were looking for not to look like you were fucking exhausted, which you were. We get it, but don't look it that much. He was hunched over.
But
it was all crazy.
It was all even the hair of Trevor. Trevor came in. He had like a flat top, almost like a Brock Lesnar look, flat top, a little bit longer, looked clean, looked good. And by the second round of that fight, that flat top looked like a flower that was dying, man.
Looked like a chia pet. Shit was just growing out everywhere, just fucking spiky and everything.
Because he used to sweat his ass off, and man, it was like he just looked tired. Even if he wasn't, he looked it.
Yeah, he just But anyways, I go back to the Eric Anders fight. That's all I felt like he needed to do.
Yeah.
He needed to look a little bit more composed, look a little bit more like he wasn't tired, look like he was really trying to engage the fight. He looked like he was getting pushed around that 3rd round. I only gave Park the last round. I didn't give him 1 and 2. I gave Anders 1 and 2. Yeah. So, but I mean, overall, like I said, it's not a robbery.
No, it was close.
But it was a good fight. I don't know. Anders looks like he cuts a ton of weight. So he needs to figure.
The difference there too.
I think he needs to figure that out. Yeah, he maybe needs to go to 205 because he just after he's done, he's just tired. He's just like spent. You could just see his shoulders start slumping. You could tell he starts looking around in the arena.
Oh, he's looking for the time.
He's looking for the time. He's looking for a way out. Fuck, man, this thing. How much longer do I have? Fuck, when's the break? That doesn't allow you to fight to your potential.
No.
So he's gonna maybe have to go up to 205.
No.
Let's see.
Ugly man Joe Holmes.
Yep.
Used to fight in Bellator against Alan Amadovsky, who used to fight in Bellator. But big win, big knee. That was a huge knee that Joseph Holmes landed on that. Amadovsky, he was rattled. And this is where it's a submission win, but it's a submission win based upon someone's head getting rattled and not just not being there to defend the right way to try to stop what's going on. But great win for Joe Holmes. Very happy for him. He's a good guy. He deserves this kind of thing, and let's see what he does from there.
Yep. And then you know who really shocked me, man?
Boy.
And maybe I just haven't given enough is Almeida.
My
Almeida
God.
versus Parker Porter.
He
I was just like, wow,
Parker
this was
Porter.
dominant.
Crushed
Dominant
him.
from beginning to end. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of I like
And
Porter,
way
man.
smaller.
Yeah. I like Porter. I like the fact that he seems very athletic for his jelly roll, but he's got that body, man. Short, stumpy, but just fucking game and ready to throw. But he had no answer for off the bottom. Couldn't get back up to his feet. Just took some damage. Got fucking smashed pretty much from beginning to end. Once the takedown happened, it was over. It was done.
Yep.
So, what's this kid's name? Medic.
Yep.
Anyways, dude, I thought Omar Morales was gonna. I thought he was gonna run away with it. He started looking clean. Then he started opening up too much, started loading up too much, and then things just got too. They started slowing down, and then you're leaving openings like that, and that's when he got caught. He looked good. The very beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
He looked phenomenal.
Oh, sharp.
I was like, oh, this kid's fucking good.
He is good, but he fought.
And-
He fought, against Medic's teammate from King's MMA, and they have that blueprint. They know, hey, just hang with him and just keep pressuring him, and things will start opening up. And it's the same thing that happened.
Yeah.
So, nice win by Medic, though. Really, and I know there was I'm gonna say it. It was an early stoppage. Okay. When you see somebody like Morales, he was getting beat at this point, and he's taking shots, and I'm not saying he wasn't going to end up in the same position, but when you see him get hit, he gets hit a couple of times, he gets hit good, but when you see him go down, the first thing that you see is his hands bracing his fall. Okay? That right there is telling you his brain is still connected. He's not in any way out. He can still function, because his body is naturally doing what it should do in bracing his fall. And then right away his hands are up and he's looking at his opponent. You got to let that go. This is this man's profession. This is his career, and he's been hurt. He's losing, but he does have a chance to bring this back, and you got to give him that opportunity. You can't be in that position. Oh, I got to take care of you. I got to protect you. I can't let you get hurt. When he cannot intelligently defend himself, yes, stop the fight. But when he's in that position, he falls that way, and he's brought himself where he's looking at his opponent and he is in a position to defend, you got to let him go.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with the fact that, you got to give these guys opportunities. Now, we've talked about this, though, John. Then, as Bellator will sometimes work with younger fighters, try to see how their career will go from a young age, because that's what Bellator has to do, to try to bring in athletes that are relatively unknown and just try to build them up in their own organization, because a lot of them are going to want to end up, a lot of top fighters are going to want to end up in the UFC. So they're like, okay, well, look, what do we got to do? Build our young talent from the ground up. And so you see with the two fighters that we had in, I think it was Paris.
Yeah.
Was it Paris or London? I think it was Paris. The fights were stopped a little early, but they were also 1-0 and 2-0 fighters. And it's like, okay, look, you got rocked, stanky leg was going on, we know the Zab Judah.
Which is telling you what?
Yeah, which is telling you that his brain is not able to control his
There you go. There's a difference.
Limbs. Same thing, too, that happened to me with Hermes Franca. In the third round, he throws a kick, I catch the kick, and I have the kick up, and he fucking hits me. Boom. I literally could not I could see the mat coming towards my face as I go down. I can't put my hands up.
Nope.
Boom, I hit my face. I face planted on the fucking canvas, and it wakes me up, and I turn around. I'm ready to start fighting. Sometimes you need that little jolt.
Yep.
But it was just funny because you said oh, you can't, your brain and your limbs, trying to control them. It was just funny. I always play that back in my head because I can see the canvas coming towards my face.
Oh, and you're telling
put your
yourself,
hands up.
Put your hands up. Put your hands there.
Fucking
Nothing
was happening. Nothing was happening. It was shut off.
That's it.
Oh, jeez.
I love it.
Anyways, all right. Let's see what else there. Jonathan Martinez is a stud, but
Dude.
and I gotta look, John. He is a stud. He's technically sound. He's a gifted fighter. He's got a lot of potential. Without a killer instinct, I don't want to see him fight. That's the problem. You can be so good. You can be so good and make it so boring.
You're exactly right in the fact that you're gonna run into that guy that you are piecing up. You're just making it look easy, and he's gonna land something that's gonna put you out. You cannot play with good fighters. You cannot sit there and give them more time. You've got to have that when you hurt somebody, you gotta know, all right, this is an opportunity, and go after it. Go after it smart, but go after it. Don't just sit back. And we see it all the time with, good fighters. They'll sit there and I always say it's, it's the kid pulling the wings off, they catch the butterfly and they start to just pull the wings off of it. Eventually, you're going to catch something you think is a butterfly and it's going to be a fucking wasp and it's going to sting you. And you need to be careful with this because in the end, eventually it's going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know like you guys probably think I'm going a little hard on the paint on him. I think he's extremely talented.
Oh, he's really good. Very talented fighter.
With this type of fight, he should have got that kid out of there. That fight should have never.
Morales is tough. You got to give it to him. Man.
I agree,
Super
but John.
tough.
The leg was damaged in the first round.
Oh my god, dude! It was half of a Rory McDonald at the beginning.
And
then
when I saw like not that both legs ended up being damaged because he started switching his stance.
Yep.
You've got to get that guy out of there. Like all you're telling Dana is it like, okay, you're like playing with your food. If you're a cat, you're just playing with your food. But then on top of it though, too, I want to see a finish. I want to see you focus on getting those fighters out there. As a promoter, you want to see finishes. So if I'm a promoter, right, if I'm Dana White or Scott Coker or whoever, right, I'm going, the kid's really good, but there's no killer instinct.
Yeah.
It's all about being a technician, fighting safe, fighting smart. You can't build an organization around that.
Yeah, that's
going to be hard. He's
tough.
young, he's talented, he can make some adjustments, and the competition is going to get harder. And he's going to be put into those fights where he's going to have to gunsling, and we're going to see if he can do it or not.
Yeah.
But it was a very dominant performance. Great job by him. Chase Hooper.
All right. Did you see a difference?
Yeah, he's getting a little bit.
Physically, there's a difference. There's a difference. You look at him when he first came into the UFC, and you look at him now. He's starting to at least grow into his body. The first thing I looked at, I said, hey, he's got a little bit of, he's carrying a little bit more muscle. He's looking a little bit, tighter. He's looking good. He's looking like he's growing into his body.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to talk about a fun fight to watch on the ground, that was a great fight. Unbelievable as far as some of the transitions and what was going on. There was a part in that one. Chase Hooper's going after a leg lock. Koharez grabs the cage to stop what's occurring. Mark Smith stops it. I'm thinking, he's going to take a point.
Yep.
Not only did he not take the point,
he fucking
stands him up out of a submission attempt to go and give the guy who fouled a freebie in getting out.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, what are you doing?
I was like, have you lost your fucking mind?
Put him back. I was like, if I'm Chase Hooper, I'm like, no, you're fucking putting me back. Why'd you even stop it to begin with?
Thank you.
I was like,
if you're going to take the point from Koharez, go ahead. I understand that. Okay. But other than that, and why did you not put them back? Oh, my God. This is what happens when you have someone that doesn't have a clue of what they're fucking looking at as far as that submission. It was horrible. I don't give a shit. Horrible. You are so lucky that Chase Hooper won that fight because you took him out of a possible fight-ending sequence to be a moron and stand the guy up and give an advantage to his opponent.
I was baffled, John. I thought, like, if you're going to stop the action and then separate them, you've got to take a point.
Absolutely.
And then not only that, but it changed where the fight was going to take place, which is a point. Like, I mean, I don't know the fucking rules. Okay, but I can tell you this. We've had plenty of conversations where the other refs like, yeah, if I lift you up and you grab the fence, I have to put you down because I don't get the takedown. That's changing the outcome of where the fight's going to take place.
Absolutely.
I have to take a point.
Have to.
And that's exactly what happened.
If
He was
you
going to sweep
alter
him,
the
grab the
fight,
fence.
when Felipe alters that fight by grabbing the fence so that Chase can't roll him through and bring more pressure. Okay, you altered it. You're trying to stop that submission from occurring. I'm going to end up having to do something to put this into it's now back to even. I can't give him the submission, but I can definitely take the point. And once I take the point, I've had to take that snapshot and put you back in those positions. Maybe he won't get it, and maybe I can't put you back exactly, which I hate, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to put you back to where you were so he can try to get that submission.
Yeah. I wish Herb Dean would have heard this, because during my Tony Ferguson fight, he grabbed the fence 3 times when I went to sweep him. And fucking Herb's like, Tony, quit grabbing the fence. Tony, I was like, motherfucker. And when you're tired and you're cut up and shit, you're like, wait, you're not going to take a fucking point? Like, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, now I call fights on the side. I'm like, take a fucking point. I'm like yelling at them, like, what are you doing?
There are those times, man, when if you have, and this is where people will get like, well, why didn't he, someone will grab the fence and the takedown will occur and they'll say, hey, don't grab the fence, and they won't take the point. Because the fight ended up where the fighter was trying to put it. And so, yes, he did grab it, but I'm not going to take the point based upon, well, he ended up where the fighter was trying to put him. It's when you know that, that guy's going down. You can say 100% he's hitting the mat or she's hitting the mat, and the grab stops it. No, I'm going to have to stop the match. I'm going to take the point, and then try to put you back in the same position as far as where the takedown was at. But you can't give something as a benefit to the person that fouled.
John, all I gotta say is this: these fucking refs are lucky that you and I didn't start working together, because I'd have known all the rules and started fucking with all of them. Hey, it says in the rule book, if it changes this, this, and this, you're supposed to take a fucking point.
There you go.
Yeah, man, you're lucky, man.
No one would have. You'd have been like Roy Nelson. No one wants to ref your fights.
Me. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Someone needs to mail Herb Dean a fucking rule book. Anyways, and Mark Smith. All right, I didn't watch the very first fight of the night. I watched it.
Sam Hughes dominated that. She looked fantastic.
Good.
So good fight by Sam Hughes, man. She just positionally everything just dominated that fight.
That's what will happen if it's me and Podcast Dave.
Got it.
Just domination. Every single one of these fighters, Dave, run faster than 8 minute mile. Every single one of them.
Says Josh, who still hasn't proven it. Who still hasn't
even
proven
the
it.
heavyweights. Even the heavyweights. It's easy work, bro. Easy work. All right, let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. What's the next fight card there, Dave?
Next fight card is Eagle FC.
Okay. Look, the speed was definitely evident. The chin was definitely evident. Junior can't take the shots like he's been known to take shots before in the past. He looked slow, John. He looked slow. He looked like he was afraid to engage. He was the bigger, taller fighter, but didn't fight like it. He was getting pushed around by a little tiny De Castro, but just a wrecking ball. He reminds me like of a
He's a wrecking ball throwing just howitzers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame Junior at all. I'd be backing the shit out of the way too.
Yeah.
I actually thought Junior fought well. Compared to what I saw in the past and what, I thought he was fighting well. He can't be the Junior Dos Santos of the past. No. You can't expect that of him. You can't. He used to be the guy that hunted people. He walked you down. He was the one that was, that guy throwing the heat all the time, and he would take shots to give shots. He can't be that guy. He has to be a much smarter fighter, and I thought he was actually fighting a much smarter fight. I thought he was actually technically doing things well against De Castro. I thought De Castro at times was being who he is, and again, throwing those missiles at him. He hit him a couple times, but never did I think that Junior was in trouble. Never did I think that he was really hurt. The ending is unfortunate, and it was, but I've seen it happen multiple times in fights. A guy throws a punch and his shoulder pops out. I've had it happen, probably 4 or 5 times when I was reffing, and I've seen it probably 7 or 8 times total. And it's just, unfortunate. But what do you do? It's a self-inflicted injury. Jorgen De Castro is the guy that wins the fight. Unfortunately, Junior gets a loss in a fight that he's doing well in. And I think he was ahead on the scorecards. But I do. But I look at it and it's like, hey, it's part of fighting. It's what do you do?
He looks slower to me. That's the biggest thing. He was letting Jorgen push him around.
But Josh, you can't expect that. He's a bigger guy, but he can't take the big shot from De Castro.
Yeah,
he knows
that's true.
That guy hits hard. I can't take that big shot, so I need to be smart.
Where does this leave Eagle? Because Eagle was talking, I guess because Khabib's back here in San Jose now, and he's supposed to meet with Coker this week about getting Fedor versus Dos Santos. Well, that fight's gone now. I mean, it may not be gone, but it should be gone.
Yes and no.
There's nothing there, John.
Oh, well,
there's nothing there.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me give you a little bit. The loss, although it's a loss, is not. Oh, he lost the fight.
No, I get it.
He got injured, and it was like I said, self-inflicted injury can happen. We've seen people, with their knees blow out. Take a look at. Rakic with what happened with him, shit happens. I'm not saying that what Blachowicz did as far as the kicks didn't possibly have an effect on that happening, but still, he takes a step back and he blows the knee out. Happens. So you can look and say, ex-UFC champion in Junior Dos Santos, Fedor has gone through how many UFC champions? He's only lost to one. And that was before that guy was the UFC champion. Yeah. All of them that he has fought, he has beaten. So, you can look and say, well, let's put him against one more UFC champion. I know Junior wants the fight. I'm not sure that Fedor wants the fight because he's the guy that you can look and say exactly like what you're saying is, dude, he's coming off of how many losses? That's not there's no reason for me to do that.
Do you feel that I felt like Eagle was cursed with a little bit of this? Like there was a curse that night. This fight ending the way it was. The Hector
Thiago Silva Lombard fight. Yeah.
The knee. Like you're just like, fuck. Your main and your co-main go down like that, and it's like, it's got to be frustrating. It's so I know. We had the Karatanov Matt Mitrione, right?
Oh yeah.
Kicking the nuts.
Yep. 15 seconds in.
That whole fucking card was garbage.
Yes.
That whole Bellator card was trash that night.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were able to redeem ourselves the next night because we had 2 shows back to back. So we were lucky to redeem ourselves the next night. But fuck, if I was in that arena that first night, I'd be like, man, I'm never coming back. Yeah. I'm never coming back. But then the next night was fucking fantastic. Great fights.
But it's funny, if you were, and I don't know if you remember, the prelims on that card were fucking on fire.
Yes. I do remember.
And the whole main card, horrible.
Just shit.
You just look and you go, what the fuck?
We've
how
had
is
cards.
It gonna split like that?
We have cards where it's like right when the TV turns on, you guys all decided to fuck up. No, it was, but we've also had cards where the prelims all went the distance, and then the main events were all fucking just barber.
First round.
You're like, this is great, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, okay, let's get into the co-main event. Co-main event was Hector Lombard versus Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
I think that Hector is
slowing down.
Yeah, definitely slowing down.
Yes.
Definitely slowing down. Doesn't take the shots like he used to.
No, but he's got that first fucking 5-minute rush that he can fight with anybody.
Yeah.
He's a monster. And he was putting it on Thiago at times.
Oh yeah.
Right
oh yeah.
And you take a look and you go, man, you can see what he was and everything, but it's the cardio the cardio is what beats him. It's not, it is the opponent. It is the shots and stuff. I'm not going to say anything about the knee. It's one of those, it's like, hey, if you can't go on, you can't go on. Okay. Make it a no contest. I'm okay with it. But you looked and you go, with everything that was starting to happen, it was starting to go downhill for him. Yeah. He was starting to have problems. And why was he having problems? Is it because Thiago was that much better? No, he was getting tired.
Yeah.
He was tired.
Yeah, I look at sometimes when you on both sides.
Yeah.
They both had like, okay, if he hits me, I can go to sleep, and if I keep pushing him, I could break him mentally. So the two of them were pushing on each other, and it really kind of, to be honest, was both of them. It was good for them to both be like, okay, look, we're done. We made our money. Like, we're out.
Well, okay,
I'm just like,
if you're Thiago, you're looking saying, oh, look, I put up with all of this, and I took my damage in staying here with this, and now when I'm starting to come back, I don't get my chance. It's a tough one.
well, you shouldn't need him in the head.
You're right. He shouldn't need him in the head because he did.
All right.
I
didn't watch any of the other fights on this card. I watched the Islam Mamedov one because Islam's my teammate and a friend of mine, and but he fought Zach Zane, who's another friend of mine, from Hawaii. Quick submission, man.
Yeah.
Quick, dominant, right off the bat.
Which is kind of surprising because Zach's actually good on the ground. He can move well on the ground. He's not, an amateur down there and stuff. So, shit happens. I thought I did watch the Maki Pitolo. Boy, he fucking just lit up Douglas Usher fast in that one. And then I watched the Andrew Sanchez versus Gabriel Checo fight. And just workmanlike fight by Sanchez. Like, his ground game is good. He's solid on there. I think in the UFC he tried to become almost Corey Anderson like. He tried to become that stand-up guy. And kind of go away from the ground. The ground is where the hell you were meant to be. Don't freaking have your promoter change who you are. There's a reason why you got to that point. Stick with it. And so, Andrew, stick with what you're doing. Your stand-up is good now. It gets you into those situations for you to be able to use the ground. Use the ground.
Yeah. Winning solves everything. Just keep doing it.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, Dave, what else you got for us?
All right, you want to give any highlights from the one show? I've pulled it up on their website because there were non-MMA fights, and I know, Josh,
there's a couple things to talk about there.
Non-MMA fights.
Yeah, there is. You got some young talent. I'm gonna give my young boys some love here, but Ty and Cade Ruotolo, man, these brothers are studs. They actually competed in the grappling portion of it against Gary Tonin and Aoki. I don't know if you're with one. If I used to work for one for years, about 2.5, 3 years. I work with them doing cage side commentary. And the bottom line is, if you were trying to break into the American market, why did you not put these fights, like, make them way more public? I didn't even know that Ty and Cade were on this until the day of. And I'm like looking, Ty and Cade are showing their weigh-in photos against them, like squared up. I'm like, oh shit, are they doing this right now? Why was it not on the card? So it's a little frustrating because, like, if you're trying to break into the U.S. market, these kids have been training jiu-jitsu for the longest time. They are studs.
Oh,
they're amazing kids too. They are phenomenal. I want to say they're only 18, maybe 19 years old now. They're not even they're not even 21 yet. They're really, if you ever get a chance to meet them, they are an amazing family. The mom, the dad, the sister. The sister trains too. She's an animal as well. I think she does like now modeling for like Nike and stuff too. So they're a great group of kids. They surf in the morning. I believe they were homeschooled for majority of them. I don't know if they ended up going to high school because I saw their high school graduation. But I don't know if they graduated just from a high school or if they from homeschool or what it was. But they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Parents are absolutely amazing. Pat Tenori from Ruka, the owner of Ruka, he has helped them their whole career. They've been sponsored by Ruka since they were young. He has really progressed into like being one of the leading candidates for young surfers, for young jiu-jitsu players, for anyone that he sees.
They're the perfect family for him. You can't. I mean, everything that he is into, that's what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
They skateboard, they surf, they train jiu-jitsu, they eat healthy, they take care of themselves, they're family people. Like that's what shapes like how Pat sponsors people, and it's great, man. It's great. I just want to give these guys a little bit of love.
Well, not only give a little love, you've got to talk about. Look at Ty beat Gary Tonin with a freaking darce choke. You said, I believe
I think it was Anaconda.
Anaconda. I mean, look at most people know who Gary Tonin is. Most people don't know who Ty is. And if you would have said that Gary Tonin and Shinya Aoki were going to get dominated by these brothers, the only ones that you possibly would have thought of might have been the Mendez brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be honest. Cade and Ty, unbelievable job, and went out there and just dominated. You know, good grapplers.
Cade made Shinya Aoki look like he didn't belong in there. He was pushing him around, getting on the front headlock, getting the takedowns, dominating the top position, getting to the back. He did this beautiful kick off the fence to take the back against Shinya Aoki. So he pressed him on the double leg, couldn't get it, came up to the body lock, and then spun, kicked off the fence to turn him around, got to the back right from there. I mean, just dominant performances by these young guys and doing things that people don't think of, to do, or not willing to take the chance. Yeah. These guys they'll throw it all out there. You should. It's so funny. If you guys get a chance, you guys should follow them on Instagram. They've got videos where they train together in their garage, and they're legit like slapping the shit out of each other. Just bap, because they do their combat jiu-jitsu also tournaments. They're just slapping the shit out of them. Like, you could tell, like, oh, yeah, you're lucky. Like, they get up and they're, like, dogging each other. It's just the two of them in their garage. No one around. Talking. They're chirping at each other. Yeah, you're lucky. Today you're lucky. You're lucky. You got me today. I'm going to get you tomorrow. And then the next day you see videos where he got him back. You're like, what the It's great, man. But they're fun. They're good kids, too. They have a good aura about them. When you walk around them, they're good energy. And, man, I love watching them compete. They're fun. I think they're at Atos now. They were with the Mendez brothers for the longest time, and I think now they're down there at Atos. So they train both locations, but they're great. They train at the Ruka facility as well. Yeah. But both dominant performances. Ty dominated Gary Tonin, and Cade dominated Shinya Aoki. So, all right. Well, hey, that's gonna wrap up our one talk. Marcus Buchecha, his fight ended up getting canceled. So I don't know why or what, but I was looking for that. But that didn't happen. So. Dave, what else you got for us?
All right, you want to look at some boxing?
Oh, let's go.
So we had...
You're going to Anderson Silva, aren't you? God bless you.
I'm going to Floyd first, actually.
Don't go to Floyd.
This show is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. If you guys been following the basketball playoffs, John, I've been following them. Man, the Warriors are putting it to them, and the Boston Celtics came back after game one, a miserable performance in game one, came out and lost a narrow one in game three. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of money to be made right now at mybookie.ag. Use our promo code WayneIn. Use that little QR code right there that Podcast Dave's going to put up. And if you click on that, use our promo code when you get into there and go to mybookie.ag. You got plenty of things to make money on. You would have lost a little money if you would have taken my bet. I was going to bet on Holly Holm. She came up short, so you would have lost some money if you'd have taken that from me. But all the other ones, we pretty much were right on track. I had Michelle Pahea winning. I had, and that was a close fight, by the way, but it was a barn burner of a fight. So there's a lot of good things to talk about in terms of all the fights that are coming up and available. June 11th is the next pay-per-view with Glover Teixeira. That's going to be a great fight against your guy, Yuri Prochaska. So that's going to be a barn burner of a fight. Can the old man get it done again and just defy all odds? Go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code WayneIn. Listen to some of our advice, and hopefully we make you guys some money.
Floyd had the exhibition over the weekend. Don't know if you guys caught it, but
I saw it.
There's highlights bouncing around, so I wanted this is like a 30-second highlight. Just wanted to play it for you guys while you give any thoughts on this.
I didn't even know he was fighting. I thought his fight got canceled with the social media kid.
Well, it was supposed to be that they were doing the fight up on top of the Burj Khalifa on the helipad, and then that got switched to, they went to the Emirates Arena in the UAE where they did these exhibition fights. There's Floyd. He landed a good body, so he kept going back to the body. Poor Donnie Moore.
Is he
getting brutalized.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is he damaging his legacy by doing these type of things?
I don't think he cares. It's money.
Oh, I don't think he cares either. He's making millions.
Exactly. He's sitting there and he can do, let's be honest, when you have this type of fight, he's just, you can't even compare their abilities. But when he looks really good, I don't think he's damaging anything. When he does something like the Logan Paul thing, where you're putting yourself in against a guy that's 220 pounds, and stuff, you can cause yourself problems because there's a reason why we have weight classes. There's a reason why size is. You've got to be careful with what you do, and I don't know. Floyd's, you can't take anything away from him. He's a remarkable boxer. He's been a remarkable businessman as far as his career and what he's done with it and his ability to make money. If people in the UAE want to watch him, do these things and pay him money, go.
Yeah, Japan paid him to fight.
Oh my God, Chechen.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, a little kickboxer, but that was the only guy that's ever been smaller than Floyd. And you would look and you went, oh man, that's not gonna.
Well, the story on that, right? So that was New Year's Eve in Japan.
Yep.
So they're 8 hours behind.
That's right.
So what he did was, that's why he went out there and got the kid out of there. He already had a private jet waiting.
Yep.
He grabbed his cash before he fought.
$9 million.
Walked out. Then he grabbed that, and then he went straight to the airport, jumped on the flight, got to Vegas for New Year's here.
That's right.
Like he was like, boom, take my whatever he got paid. I think it was like $6 or $8 million.
Yeah, $9 million.
$9 million.
Yep.
That's insane.
He got paid $9 million for a couple minutes work, and then just jumped on a plane.
Jumped his private jet, came back. He's like, nope. Yep.
Hey, if you can do it, you can do it.
I ain't mad at it.
That's
I'm just
it.
wondering if it starts getting to a point where it starts ruining his legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at it.
What happens? What happens, John? If he's not going to fight any more of those big guys. I think he learned a lot from the Logan Paul thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he learned a lot because he got hit a lot more than he wanted to get hit in that fight.
Yeah, and he got tired from a guy that was bigger, laying on him, pushing him. Weight makes a difference. You know that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Okay, when you and I fuck around, you don't like the weight.
Fuck no, man. You just follow me, man.
Well, see, and that's the point. So if you're Floyd,
like that fucking oak tree fell on you, boom, fucking
see,
Thompson.
I didn't like the weight, but it's serious. Weight makes a fucking huge difference, man. And it's when you have to deal with carrying it and having it push. Hey, that's not easy, man. Especially as you're, getting older, and it's just different. Yeah. Don't do it.
Well, I have a question. Why the fuck is he going with this like homeless man look though? He was Pretty Boy Floyd. Now he looks like a homeless guy.
He hasn't been Pretty Boy.
Ass beard.
He hasn't been Pretty Boy Floyd for how long? He's the money man.
He's still a good looking guy though. He's still a good looking guy. Put some respect on your face, bro. Shave that shit off. Whatever that thing is.
I like him with the beard. Keep the beard, Floyd.
Anyways.
Keep the beard.
All right, next fight.
All right, Anderson Silva.
There you go.
Some highlights. Everybody's raving about how he was performing at the age of 47.
Yeah.
So
okay.
here are the kind of main highlights that people were excited about.
This is a beautiful that right hand over the top was beautiful, right at the bell. Watch this thing. What? Here, let me stick my chin up. Boop. Oh yeah. Bink. You look at, but again, I think Anderson has been looking great. I love the fact that he is continuing to do well. I love the fact that he's happy with the boxing. I think that he should be the opponent for Jake Paul. I don't think Jake Paul wants that. But who's Bruno Machado?
No.
Come on.
But I also think maybe they're just trying to keep Anderson happy by keeping him busy.
Well, I think so too.
And
I don't blame him, but
But I need any names. Give me somebody.
Yeah.
I'll take him and Logan, or I'll take him and Jake.
Oh yeah.
I'll take those fights. But I mean,
absolutely.
like Jake has a good chance of beating him.
Absolutely.
Chin. That's the biggest thing. The chin, the speed, and the chin will be a factor.
I don't think Jake will be any faster than him. Still, at one time, Anderson was way faster than Jake.
Oh, for sure.
But
we're not talking 20 years ago, bud.
Yeah.
We're talking right now.
I know, right? Well, and right now I'm saying, I think they're close.
You're an Anderson Silva shill.
I probably am.
You're Anderson Silva shill.
I am.
No, I get it, man. I
love the guy.
He's a legend in the sport. He's been around a long time, and
Well,
I would hate to see him lose to Jake Paul.
Oh, dude, that would be crushing.
That would kill me.
Yeah.
I mean, but it would be a good little.
Nobody right now that Jake has beaten has crushed me. That one would crush me.
And Anderson is saying that he is kind of prepping for that fight. So just as an FYI.
Yeah. For those of you guys listening to us on the audio, if you guys hear that background noise, that is John's. John lives now in a tin house, in a tin can.
Come on.
And that's what it sounds like when the rain hits his ceiling, his roof. I have to point this out so people understand. He decided to move from a beautiful lake cabin. We never had these problems.
That's because I was on the basement. The roof is up high. It was still a metal roof.
Now he's in a tin can.
I should have put my studio up on the upper floor just so you could have heard how hard the rain goes off of a metal roof.
So loud.
Really?
The first time, I think like 10, I don't know how many shows ago it was, but the very first time you did your filming in there, it was pouring down rain. I thought it sounded like a fucking moving truck. I was like, what is going on? Like, you have construction going on outside? He's like, no, it's rain. It's rain hitting my ceiling, my roof. All right, next.
Next story. So Usman said in an interview his hand is not healing the way that he maybe hoped it would, and there's the injury is very complicated in that there's a lack of blood flow, and so it could potentially mean that he doesn't fight again. I think he's maybe just trying to. It sounds like maybe he's just trying to get the sympathy vote or whatever.
Sympathy vote? What does he need a sympathy vote for?
Well, as far as like he's maybe trying to overhype it a little bit is what I mean. But he did say that he could potentially not fight again. So my question is, Khamzat's now calling out Leon Edwards. Could we see an interim title fight here for the welterweight belt? And
that poor Leon, man.
Or does Usman write off?
They're fucking him. They really are. They are fucking him. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I mean, he's such a good guy. As far as he's articulate, he freaking fights well. He doesn't do anything stupid on the outside that you can. You look and you go, I guess the problem is he's not that mouthy guy.
No, he's not.
He
can be. I mean, like I've trained with him. He got a mouth on him.
How are they screwing him, Josh?
He can talk some shit. You know what, Dave? You sit over there, okay? Shh. How are they screwing him?
Yeah.
He should have got a title fight 2-3 fights ago.
But even if he ends up fighting Khamzat for interim belt, it's still a title
interim
fight.
No, like you want a shot at the real title. The whole time people are going to talk shit. No, man. I'll wait for him to get ready. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, but the Usman fight to me is a little bit more exciting. Not because Usman's the champion. It's because they have already fought each other and you saw the outcome. Now in this fight, Leon's went back to the drawing board and made himself a lot better in a lot of different areas.
It's been a long time.
It's been like, what, 7 years?
Yeah,
6 years? Something
6
like that?
years
It's
or
been a
so.
long time.
Yeah.
So,
Josh, you also say like don't wait around. So like
no, I
take
say
the
don't
fights.
wait. I say don't. He's already waited around this long.
Keep going, Dave. Push that button,
Yeah.
baby. Come on, Dave.
Why would it, like, here's the thing, like you're gonna fight someone, what Khamzat is, where is he ranked? Look him up. Come on, Dave.
Khamzat's ranked like 4th now, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Because he beat
Yeah.
who'd he beat? Who'd he beat?
He beat Gilbert.
He is
Gilbert
3 right
Burns.
now. Yeah, he beat
He's number
Gilbert.
3.
He's 3. Okay.
Yeah,
That's right. Last time he hadn't fought Gilbert yet.
That's right.
So
He was down at like 10 or 11. But
I mean, dang, Leon's got a good chance of beating him. After watching the Gilbert fight, Leon's got a good chance of beating him.
oh yeah, he does.
He's a lot faster, and I got to be honest. We saw in the last fight with Gilbert. If you push him around a little bit, you make him. He starts to kind of not fold, but he wilts a little bit, and Leon can start to pepper him up on the outside. The speed and the angles will be key. He can never stand directly in front of him and trade punches. And he's got to be very careful for the takedown. But Leon's no slouch on the ground now.
Well,
when he fought Usman the first time,
He's no slouch now with his wrestling defense. He's
got good wrestling himself.
Yeah.
Don't forget what he did to the kid from Iceland, the good Gunnar Nelson.
Gunnar.
Yeah, took him down, out-grappled him, did all those things. He just destroyed Gunnar. You know, and I'm not trying to compare him to Khamzat in the wrestling department, but Leon's speed on the takedown in the entrance, it's there.
Oh, yeah.
His ability to control top position is there. It's a lot of work. I don't know if he wants to do that, against Khamzat, especially when he's fresh. But I think the speed and the angles, along with the mixing in a couple little takedown attempts, will keep Khamzat loyal to his defense and not just let him free fly, thinking that he can just that Leon's not going to wrestle.
Yeah.
So it could be a difficult fight for him.
I don't know.
I would have liked to have seen Leon and Usman because they had passed and how that fight turned out, and then now how this fight, how it could potentially turn out. And I kind of think also that Usman is kind of, I think this is a ploy for more money. A little bit. Not much. Obviously, you had the hand surgery. You got to be very careful with your hands because that's your tool.
Yeah,
you got to carry it. But I also like a little bit of the Henry Cejudo situation. Yeah, man, I'm going to retire. I won the belt. All right, well, where are we at now? Like, don't waste your time in your prime to collect big checks.
Dude, you need to make a shirt out of that.
By-
Don't waste your time in your prime.
Yeah.
Hey, another shirt. There you go.
Trying to get an extra dime.
It's a Josh.
Yeah. There you go, Dave. There you
Dave
go.
throwing in the last little bit of the shirt. All right.
So, I mean, yeah.
If you're doing an interim fight, though, how do you not give Colby and Leon the fight? Like, that is the fight.
No.
over Khamzat.
Okay, hold on. I want you to think about this. Stop. You.
This guy is a Colby show.
You and Austin from Scotland. Shut up. Okay. Colby has been the interim welterweight champion already once, right?
Exactly.
Okay. The fight that Dana wanted to put together was Colby and Khamzat. Chimaev, that's the fight to put together. Unfortunately for Leon, he's getting passed over again, and it sucks. And in some way, he's going to end up where he doesn't fight for the title, because if Usman stays out and you do the Colby versus Chimaev fight and you have a winner there, well, then you have to put that person against Usman. When Usman comes back, the only way that Leon is in that position to fight is if Usman does retire. Then that person who holds the interim belt now is the undisputed, and you could fight him against Leon. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, I would do. I could see the Colby and the Leon fight be for the interim title. But I mean, if you're gonna say who's high right now, I would say Chimaev versus Leon.
Dana wants that freaking Chimaev fight. He wants Colby and Chimaev. He's already talked about it on ABC, right?
Yeah. Not for an interim title though.
Why not?
Not for an interim title.
Why not?
Fucking Leon's contract's ready to go, all done.
Yeah.
He's just waiting on Usman, but I mean, I don't know. John, I would prefer to see Leon versus Khamzat or Leon versus Colby. He deserves it.
I'm not saying he doesn't. Man. He absolutely deserves it. I'm not. There's nothing.
You're a Dana White
negative.
shill.
No. Yeah, that's exactly what I am. There's nothing negative that you can say about Leon. He's an unbelievable fighter. He's a good person. He deserves it. He's done everything that you can ask of someone. He's undefeated since his last loss against Usman that was years ago. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can say against him. I just in some way look at this and I go, I think he's going to get screwed again.
Yeah, maybe. They got to go where the money is.
That's usually the way it happens. It's called business.
That sucks. All right, Dave, what else?
All right, while we are talking about welterweight drama, George Masvidal and Michael Pereira seem to have a little thing going on right now.
Michelle.
Okay. Seem to have a little thing going on right now. There was
your podcast. Dave is a Michelle. It's like the step down from Karen.
Michelle. My bad.
Go ahead.
So Pereira accused Masvidal of sending DMs to his wife. Masvidal then comes out, releases this screenshot where it looks like she actually went into Masvidal's DMs, and then Masvidal making the accusation that he's just trying to get a big paycheck with a fake narrative.
Smart man.
Using his
smart
wife
man.
To get
Michelle, smart man. Hey,
she's got to be in on it.
Oh, of course.
That's trash, man.
Oh, look at you.
I think it's
Look
gross.
at you.
You're gonna use your
now
use your
it's
wife
gross.
like that.
Come on,
that's
gross.
Trash.
It's all about getting that fight.
I mean,
Tell me. Be honest. Tell me this.
find a different way, man.
I'm not.
Talk shit.
Okay.
Don't use your wife.
I agree. You shouldn't use your wife. But
That's horrible.
tell me that's not a fight you'd be interested in.
Put some respect on your wife's name, son.
Tell me that's not a fight you would not be interested in.
I'm not interested at all.
You would not want to see Pereira versus Masvidal.
No.
You're crazy.
I have no. I have
You
no
have
desire to watch
lost
that.
your fucking
I have
mind.
no desire to watch that fight.
You shut your whore mouth.
No, I'm serious. I have no desire to watch that fight.
Oh my
Where
god!
is,
I would
is
take
Pereira
that
even?
fight.
Is he even in the rankings?
No.
He probably is now because he just
He
beat
is now.
Ponzinibbio.
Well, yeah. So he'll
he's
be
there.
at 13-14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me. I wanna
Masvidal's
watch
at
him.
8.
Hey, give him Stephen Thompson. Give him Sean Brady. Let's go, buddy.
Sean Brady's not a good fight for him.
Sean Brady will fuck him up. Well, it seems like we lost Big John because he has a huge thunderstorm and all the rain that goes along with Tennessee. And he's trying to convince me, Dave, he's trying to convince me to move to Tennessee. I'm like, absolutely not. Have you not seen what's going on with your internet? You have terabytes that don't ever work. Okay, so look, Big
Seems like he's
John.
got termites. It seems like he's got termites instead of
He's got
terabytes.
terabytes. He's got termites instead of terabytes. We lost him because of his storm, it seems like, over there, and the tin roof and all the other things, the electricity running through it probably. But hey, I'm going to wrap this show up. I want to thank you guys for continuing to follow us. Go to WayneInPodcast.com, pick up some of our merch, and it's all available there. But hindsight is 50-50. Like, I wish I would have had hindsight's 50-50 to go ahead and when the Ronda Rousey Holly Holm fight happened, man, I'd be cashing out. Man, we'd be just making tons of money. Overall, John and I have a lot of fun doing these shows, and we want to thank you guys for continuing to support us. We do have the hashtag and still shirt is available. All the hoodies and the sweaters. Anyways, I still get them confused. We've got short sleeve, long sleeves. We got it all. So we want to thank you guys for continuing to support us. Go to butcherbox.com/WayneIn. Use our promo code there, and they will give you some free stuff. Also, go to mybookie.ag. Use our promo code Wayne in there as well, and they will give you a little bit of extra cash for your first initial buy-in. And we've got so many other people to thank. We've got Breathe Fume. Breathe Fume is one of the best products for you guys for your health. So if you guys have that hand to mouth from smoking or vaping, get your Breathe Fume. Use your promo code Wayne in. Okay, and pick those up and share them. Share them up. Share your information with us so we can talk about it on our show. I want to thank you guys for continuing to support our podcast.